Today I present to you a 1971 example of the Z87 Electrolux cylinder. This is a very basic model. As you can see, no wheels. Well, there are actually two very tiny ones on these sleighs. An on-off button. And inside, merely a little cloth bag. And it is little. But it's a very sweet, compact machine. Good condition inside, really, for its age. Let's just put that back in there. So this is described as the basic model in an oatmeal and I think chocolate brown finish. And I don't know if you can see, because the light it's very sunny. If I close the blinds, you really can't see anything. So I'll try and get it as close as possible. But this material, it's not the usual ribbed vinyl that you would get on later machines. It's kind of dappled. It's, to the naked eye, it's actually really, really nice. So, slight difference from later versions of this. So this ran from, I think, about 1970, 71 to about 79. It was replaced by the 96, which is exactly the same design, just in yellow. So this one, because it's an earlier version, it's got the little Electrolux badge at the top here, and on the side there's no branding, whereas later you had Electrolux written here, and then at the top, instead of the badge, it said 87. I haven't got a later style, this is the only one I've got, so I can't confirm whether that said Electrolux at the bottom here. It's slightly worn away on the L. And it's got a bit of damage, but it's not the end of the world. I suppose you could try and make something to fill that, but I'm not going to split hairs because this is a really, really nice little machine. The motor has had a service this weekend, very, very expertly and very kindly by my friend David. And thank you, Dave, for doing that for me, for all the work that you did. I'm really, really grateful. It's the old style of motor, and when I say old style, I'm used to the later 70s familiar Electrolux motor that you'd get in things like the 302, 305, 96, with clips on the side, and you pull the brushes out and you can take the top away from the bottom. This style, it's in like a plastic housing, and there's 4 springs that mount it, and you can dismantle the fan casing at the bottom, and it's, by the look of it, it's a lot easier to work on than the later style. But so I had an expert doing that for me, so I've learnt quite a lot in the last few days. So apologies, I sound a bit snotty. I've got a bit of a cold at the moment. Just have a quick look at the rating plate. Now this is the oldest vacuum that I have in my collection. Let me face towards the sun, that might help. Whoops. Can we see? No, it's not really going to make much difference, is it? Let's try and get you in a bit nearer. No, I don't think it's going to focus, is it? Oh. Okay, I'll read it out to you. So it's Electrolux at the top here, because it's the basic part of the range. And it's model, see, I really need glasses. It is model Z87, I think that says 87B. What the B designates, I've no idea. I can't read the product number because it's too small even for my eyes. And the serial number is 143, so 43rd week of 1971. So I have got a 310 and a 94 that are 72. In fact, I think my 500 upright is 72. But this is the oldest, 1971. And the motor, it's a cute little motor, it's only 400 watts. So there's a lot more powerful machines followed on from this. When we get to the 96, which is the replacement, the motor is 550 watt. So there is a noticeable difference. So what came with it? Well, I do have the hose that I got with the machine. I haven't actually cleaned it up yet, and it's one of those, I guess it's a replacement, because it's like a plastic hose that looks a bit like a snake. I don't know if I've demoed that in any of my other videos. No, but I have got a toolkit for the 170, which I'm going to do a video on this week. That is the same kind of material, and I don't have it to hand to show you, but the outside looks a bit snaky. So I have this woven type, which I think is from a 91, because it's got no suction control, but it's got the nice hand grip. Typical, you know, Electrolux, they're all the same. The 3-pin to go into the face of the machine. I've been using this because I think you would have had at this point same sort of hose, just without the hand grip. So it would have been just a plain metal hose handle, no suction thingamabob, and just straight in. So it looks quite nice using these two together. So put that in there like that. And then, of course, because we're basic, ta-da! The old flip over floor tool. I originally thought that this was the time when this first came onto the market, but tell me if I'm wrong, but I think you got one of these late 60s with things like 77. Again, could be wrong. I'm not very good on the 60s models. So that's the main part. And of course, any Electrolux cylinder wouldn't be complete without butterfly tool, which is in really good condition, and the white crevice tool. So we've got that there. So there isn't too much to see really with this. The motor does sound different because it's the earlier style, and the fans are all clean, and it winds down beautifully. We'll just run that now before I actually put it into use. Lovely smooth wind down. So I will move the camera and I'll just do a quick vacuum around, and we can just enjoy a little glimpse of this beauty from 1971. this is so light that if you were in stair cleaning mode, you could just hold it like this and off you go down the stairs. Easy. So beautiful wind down. It's really quiet. These old motors are very, very quiet. They really, really are a thing to behold. You know, I always go on about this, and I like this tool. It's fine for this. There's enough suction. Good for the hard floors. If you've got pet hairs and things, then it's a bit of a waste of time. But for a quick go over, I think the intention of these, not just that they were budget, but they were for like a smaller property. So if you lived in a flat in the early 70s, this would have been ideal. You'd have probably had quite a lot of lino, maybe the odd rug. So a little vacuum like this would have been perfect. So I'm really chuffed to have it. There is one thing that is slightly damaged, which is, well, sorry, this is the second thing that's slightly damaged, is the cage at the back. I put the feelers out to see if I can get a hold of one from somewhere. So hopefully in time one will turn up, a replacement. Even if it's different colour, it can be sprayed and refitted. But yeah, I'm thrilled with this. It's a nice little machine. It's nice to have one. And yeah, it might turn up again. Might do a little comparison with this and the 96 just to see how they compare side by side. But yeah, thoroughly nice little machine, and thanks again to Dave for all your hard work.